The new high-powered compact from Hoover, it's a beautiful mover. The new compact does more than beat. It also cleans, it also sweeps, and brushes right to the edge. Right to the edge. Changing a bag as easy as ABC. The new high-powered compact from Hoover, it's a beautiful mover.
Okay, welcome into Tunes Brothers. As you can see, I've got two brothers here, Brother Darren, Brother Scott. Darren, like me, is not a huge, well-versed AC/DC guy, but he's going to sit in nonetheless. And I will turn it over to Scott to give everybody a heads up of what's going on.
All right, dudes, what's happening tonight is a album that really gets snubbed by a lot of fans and by AC/DC themselves. I mean, they really do not go to this album probably since the 80s period, man. In all honesty, I don't even know if they've went to this album for anything after this tour. I mean, they could have, but I don't remember. A damn good album. I always thought it was strong, at least 50-50 anyway. This was the time that Angus and Malcolm's sister, I was watching an interview, said that they were burnt out. The death of Bon Scott, they hit back in black. For those about to rock, flick of the switch, they never stopped doing albums and touring, man, because of his death, to try to keep things off their mind, keep going, and they were just burnt out. They were walking out of the studio when things were not finished on this album and told them, just finish it, I'm out of here, shit like that. So, but they done a damn good job with it, is all I can say, in my opinion. It's fly on the wall. And the mid-80s, 1985 release, we're going to rank these songs from least favorite to favorite like we always do. And I'm curious to see, what kind of take Rob has. I'm just going on hunch here.
That's pretty dangerous. Also, stick to the end, and you will see the album we are going to do next by a random band that I am selecting. And if Darren wants in on that, that is awesome. I will be selecting a well-known album from a well-known band, and we will be ranking the tracks on that album. Of course, like I said, I will be out of town for a few days. So when I get back, that gives the listeners and Darren and Scott or whoever else wants to go to town on this thing and offer their opinions to get used to it, get acquainted to it. I have a feeling Darren knows it very well. Scott, I don't know yet. Fly on the wall, AC/DC. Everything you just said makes perfect sense now. Why they don't revisit it, why it gets snubbed, because my basic notes overall is anybody who thinks AC/DC didn't chase the fads like Kiss did, this is it, motherfucker. This is it. I could name 4 bands on here that they blatantly ripped off or were heavily influenced by. The guitar tone has drastically changed on this album. The simple AC/DC beat 3-chord bullshit gone. They are playing hair metal on this album, and thumbs fucking up.
Yeah, and they got a different drummer too. See, that changed things too. The album before, Flick of the Switch, Simon Wright wound up being the drummer. Phil Rudd left after For Those About to Rock. For some reason, I don't know why, I still don't to this day. But this album here is the closest AC/DC ever got to hair metal, the longest Angus' hair ever was. And of course, they were just a little bit more flashy, but they didn't go over top with it. They were trying to convince them to, but they were like, no, this is not as far as we're going to go. And it's the mid-'80s.
Because the albums after this that I do know, they went back to that classic AC/DC riff and beat. This was even Brian Johnson is singing a different style on this album. You can clearly see they are trying to emulate what's taking over the metal scene.
Yeah, and putting their twang to it, you know.
Yep.
Man. Yeah.
Anything to add, Darren? I know you don't know the album, but
I know very little from this album, honestly. There are a couple of tunes that I do know that I enjoyed from this album. So I don't know if I could add much else to that, like you did with how the sound had changed from previous, and then even going forward, and after this. But I remember Sink the Pink. I mean, that was one of the songs that I know that I listened to a lot back in the day. That and obviously Fly on the Wall, Shake Your Foundations, and
you're falling to what I did was Shake Your Foundations, Sink the Pink, because they put them on the Who Made Who album.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I heard them too, because they're the only two songs I know on this. Now, if you know Fly on the Wall, maybe you've heard this album, but I knew those songs from the Who Made Who.
I knew Fly on the Wall because it was a funny story. I remember like 11th grade English, and I'm going to draw a blank on the teacher's name, but one of the things that we had to do was to pick a song, play it for the class, and then give our interpretation or the meaning of the song, right? And so I talked a few people into doing Fly on the Wall, Big Balls, just to see what the teacher would think. I mean, somebody did Hot for Teacher, so just to see what people or what the teacher would think when somebody plays Fly on the Wall and Big Balls from AC/DC, and then have to talk about it. So that was funny.
Yeah,
that's
I bet
awesome.
that was a good one.
All right, Scott, you want to start this off since I started off alive?
Yeah, I can. And I'm going to say there's nothing on here that I hate, but this was the first time that I ever heard AC/DC put fillers on an album. And when I found out why, I understood, at the time, but still, I never known them to really go with fillers, even back in Bon Scott's days, that. But this one right here, you can tell. But still, a damn solid album, man. Like you were saying last night or night before one, that, AC/DC's fillers really aren't bad, but they're just not the best songs on the album. And that's always been true to my opinion too. Stand Up is my least favorite song on here.
Holy shit, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's just too, I don't know, man. It Stand Up, it's just, it sounds like they're sitting there just reading something, man, when it comes up. These pauses that they use, AC/DC, I don't know. It's not a bad song, but it's my least favorite one on the album. It's not my go-to song. Stand up and take it. It's just it's just a filler. It's a filler track on the AC/DC album that's tolerable, and it's not bad, but it just don't sound like they took much time with this song and some of these other ones too, man. So that's my number 10 track album here. So yeah.
Oh wow, they did 10 for once. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually fucking Darren. It's usually 9. I mean, dead serious. Fucking, it's like it was a formula for them.
Yeah, and 8 on one of them.
Yeah. All right. So my number 10, I too found 2 fillers, possibly 3, but 2 for sure. My number 9 and 10. Number 10 is "Send for the Man." That is just flat out filler. That just, yeah, you go ahead and shit. You already shit on mine. That's in the top half of my list here, bud. This one has nothing that makes it stand out or special. And believe me, I took notes along every fucking song. And this one was just, it was just there. Not bad.
Wait.
What's that?
When did you learn to write? You took notes?
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, man. I learn something every day. All right, I'll go with that. I didn't expect that though. I mean, I just didn't expect that. I figured you'd have something else down there. But anyway, number 9, a song that you said that you already knew. It's "Shake Your Foundation."
Let's just fucking end this goddamn podcast right now. Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, man.
All right, continue.
What did you put there?
Shake Your Foundation.
At 9?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the whole album, but I wouldn't expect that to be at his 9. But all right.
Yeah. It to me, it's a weaker track.
I have to catch up with Scott.
Yeah. And they did make a music video for this, and "Sink the Pink," and "Back in Business," and "Fly on the Wall," and "Danger." There's like 5 videos made at the same time. If you guys haven't seen those videos, they're some of the best videos I've ever seen in my life. It starts with "Fly on the Wall" and goes through all 5. They're in a bar. I won't say nothing else, but you guys need to watch those. You will get a fucking kick. They're funny as shit.
Right.
Great video. But anyway, "Shake Your Foundation," I think I kind of burned it out back in the 80s too, it and on "Who Made Who." And in all honesty, it's never been my favorite song on this album. I mean, yeah, man, to me, there's way better and stronger songs to me on here than that. I always considered that a filler. And they put it on "Who Made Who." So there you go. Number 9, "Shake Your Foundation."
Oh boy. All right. My number 8. My number 9. I'm sorry. The other one I put, besides filler, I also put generic on this, and it is "Back in Business." These 2 songs, again, they're not. This album is actually very decent for me, being a non-AC/DC guy. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with this playing in the background at some party or something.
You said it sounds like hair metal. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But these 2 songs, 9 and 10, "Back in Business" and "Send for the Man," just to me are a little too plain. But it goes up from here. Surprisingly, I like this album a lot, and I always thought this was like a Bon Scott age album, like from the 70s. I don't know why. I always thought it went like Back in Black to Razor's Edge, because that was the extent of my AC/DC knowledge. Well, and then Dirty Deeds from way in the past.
You know, you're kind of getting on track now, man, that I thought you would be on. So, yeah, my number 8, "Back in Business." It's okay. Like you said, it seems like, to me, it's hand in hand with "Shake Your Foundation," and it's like songs that they just put on there to make the album. but they're good songs. They got a beat to them. They, AC/DC's always got a beat. Very, very, very different tone and sound on this album too. It kind of went up a little bit because it's the 80s. There you go. But yeah, back in business.
I'm curious as hell what the hell is at the top of your list if you didn't like Stand Up and Shake Your Foundation.
Oh, I like them. They just my weakest songs on here to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't dislike the songs. They're just not my go-to songs. But number 8, back in business. Yeah.
I have one note on my number 8. I like the song, but Brian Johnson is no Gene Simmons. Hell or High Water.
Oh. Okay.
It's a good song, but it's not as good as Kiss's song. To me, Scott. To me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not far away, but the next one is, for me, number 7 is a song that's on Who Made Who too, and it's a video that they made. It's Sink the Pink. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's not bad.
We're gonna steal 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's not bad, but to me it falls in the category with the other 3 songs that I've mentioned. All these to me.
I don't know the whole album, but I think "Sink the Pink" would be in the top 2 for me.
It's not bad. It's just.
I'm going to take all the suspense out of this because Scott has single-handedly his last 3 spots shit on my top 3. It's unfucking believable. I thought for sure we were going to match up on the top ones. Oh,
maybe we'll hit in the middle here somewhere.
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not bad. None of these are bad. They're just not my favorite songs on here.
See, and listening to this album, I can see why those 2 songs, "Shake Your Foundation" and "Sink the Pink," got put on Who Made Who because they were that good. I mean, that's just the way I hear it. Maybe diehard AC/DC fans don't hear it that way. I guess I can't judge, but it just surprises me. I thought for once and for all we were going to rock this list pretty close, but I guess not.
Evidently, Stephen King thought they were good enough too. So, yeah, that's his favorite band too. So, there you go, man.
All right. Yep. Well, my number 7 is the title track, "Fly on the Wall." Not a bad song, but I need to understand why the fuck he's screaming from the minute it starts to the minute it ends. I mean, seriously, it's like someone has got his ass with a flame under it. He's nonstop. Maybe you can't understand it. Huh?
Maybe he's stepping on a Lego.
I don't know, man, but I can't even understand what he's saying. And me and Scott, like we always say on here, we're not big lyric guys, but it's like he's not even speaking English. I don't know what the fuck the problem on the song. I mean, the music is good, and it's got one of the most unique verse styling, I guess you'd say, to where that first verse sounds like it's just a continuation of the intro. And then it finally went to the chorus for "Fly on the Wall." And I'm thinking, okay, is he going to go back to that? And they added a little bit more guitar and drum beat in there. But it's very weird because the verses are not done with a lot of music in the background. It's just a steady beat, basically. It was weird. But the screaming just was like, fuck, dude, just take a breath.
Yeah, that's old school Brian Johnson coming out on that song. From the past 3 albums. So yeah, I'll get there. My next one, you just touched on it. Hell or High Water, done a good damn jamming song. Now
it is a good song.
We're getting into the ones that I like, of course, better. And from 1, 2, 3, 4 and up are playlist songs for me. 4 and up. But that is number 6, Hell or High Water. Not bad. Great beat. Good chorus, all that, man. They really do a good job on the choruses in here, too. Very loud and in your face, man. You can't miss anything on this album. Yeah, Hell or High Water.
And as these songs go up is where I'm noticing influence of what was going on in the scene. My number 6 is Danger. And this, I think, is the first time I've heard Brian Johnson use a mellow-ish type verse voice versus the scream, scream, scream. And this, I mean, first of all, the overall sound is a fusion blend of like blues, rock, and funk. It's kind of just little tones of everything. It's really fucking cool how they did it. But I'm hearing, especially on the verses, a very early, raw Joe Elliott out of Brian Johnson's voice. And that shocked the hell out of me. And it was interesting, and I liked it.
Yeah. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's who went out on their first tour with AC/DC, Def Leppard.
Okay.
Especially the American tour. So, yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that AC/DC picked him up. But anyway, number 5.
6.
No,
oh, wait, you started, right? You started. Yeah, number 5 for you.
Yeah, number 5. A damn good song. I've always liked this song. It's a movie title, First Blood. Great jamming song, man. Yeah, man. I'm getting into what I really, really love now. It's just AC/DC doing what they do, man. I mean, I ain't really got much to pick at with some of these songs, especially the closer we get toward the top. This is not bland. I don't feel like these last couple are fillers at all. And yeah, very powerful song, First Blood. It's a very, man, the drums really stand out on this album too, man, big time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My number 5, I think, to me, sounds like the most hair metal on this album, and it is Playing with Girls. It's really got. I actually went over and listened to it, and then listened and checked which one was first. The riff through this thing, although at a different pace, sounds a lot like Too Young to Fall in Love from Motley Crue. That whole vibe, and it just. Like I said, I was so fucking impressed musically, and not that, the AC/DC fans are going to rip me, and they always do. I don't give a fuck. But the old 3-chord and a beat gets old for me. What I'm finding in the 80s is they started playing modern metal instead of the classic sound. I'm not saying they're not good at the classic sound. This is just much more my style, and this album is right up there with Blow Up Your Video and fucking not Ball Breaker. What was the other? Rocker Bust.
Rocker Bust. That's why I was thinking. I figured this was going to be more up your alley.
Yeah.
With the mid '80s sound and everything. So yeah.
Fuck, Darren, trust me. You're not a huge ACD. Listen to fucking Rocker Bust. I was genuinely fucking blown away with a lot of tunes on there.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and definitely listen to this whole album and check out Rocker Bust.
Yeah, man. It's a 2014. I think it's a modern one. It's very, very good, man.
I had Blow Up Your Video on cassette, so I'm familiar with that.
Okay.
Yeah, he loved that one too. Number 4, we just about hit. We're not going to hit anything on this album, but we come close a couple times. Playing with Girls is going to get you hot. Yeah, man. I love this freaking song, man. From here up, I've always loved this. He comes out with that, ooh, man, and then starts, and just jamming like hell, man. Got that steady beat. They got a pretty long intro to this song, man, but it rocks.
Yeah, but this one doesn't seem to be for no reason. I mean, it actually has a purpose building into this, I think.
Yeah, man. Yes, these to me, like I said, I know we're gonna have different songs now, but these to me are the strongest songs on here, I guess, for my taste. And Playing with Girls and Up's always been on playlists for me. So number
And
4.
we just
Playing-
flip flopped because my number 4 is First Blood. That is a fucking phenomenal guitar intro. I mean, you know, rewind worthy. Just a great, and that's of course the first thing I thought of too was the movie First Blood when I saw the title.
Yeah.
But this is a guitar gods type song. If you're one of those guys who just loves kick ass guitar, this is the song for you.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Number 3, a song that I've always loved, and you just touched on it too, man. Don't Talk to Strangers. Da-da-da,
Danger.
da-da-da. Yeah, stay away from the danger. Yeah. I've always loved that. Used to be my number 1 for a long time.
Am I wrong? There's the typical rock blues, but there's a little funk to that to me that I hear.
Yeah, man, there's a little. I know the rock blues is in there, but yeah, man, it's this song here is the only song on here that's at that pace, and it's at that just mellow. It kind of takes you back to the old school AC/DC almost, you know, with that simple da-na, da-na, you know. Yeah, man, I guess that's why I love it so much, man. And Brian just really he just delivers, man, so good. Yeah, Don't Talk to Strangers. Danger, good chorus, everything, man. Yeah, number 3, Danger.
All right. My number 3, you crapped on a long time ago. Stand Up. This intro, while not influenced, because the band I'm going to say this reminds me of and the song came well after this, that intro and that guitar sound reminds me, and Darren will know this, so much of Tora Tora's Lay Your Money Down. That ding, 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 ding. It's just a cool sound. I love that. I mean, it is kind of almost bluesy, but it's more metal infused blues than rock infused blues. And I love the fucking chorus. And I love David Lee Roth has a song called Stand Up with a very similar chorus. I just love something simple, just stand up. I mean, it fucking works for me. I like this song.
Yeah, and I like it too, man. It's a damn trippy. It's a real trippy video too, man. It blends in with the rest of them, but they're outside when this one starts. Yeah, man, it's not bad, but I knew you were gonna like songs like that because of the big choruses, man. You know, the freaking stand up. You know, I mean, the choruses on this album are just
for a big chorus, that's for sure.
Yeah, man.
So you've always been a sucker for that big chorus.
I love it. And there's some people that hate it because it's all studio driven and it's all overlays. I don't care. That's what I'm listening to is the studio album. I go to a concert. That's the only time I'm going to see that concert. I don't care about what it does in concert. I care about what it's doing in my fucking media player. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, I love live, man, but it's not my typical sit around and listen to. We was talking about that on the live last night on Kiss Alive. You know, it'd been years since I had listened to it from front to back like that, and it was fucking awesome to do that again because it'd been so long. I've heard stuff off of it, but not just sitting and listen to it, you know, just from start to finish, you know. It's freaking wicked. Number 2, a song that you didn't really crap on, but, you know, it was about mid-pack. I thought this one would be a little higher, if not top of your list. The title track, freaking Fly on the Wall, man.
It was close to mid-ground. And like I said, I love everything about this song. I just wish he wouldn't be straining so much while he's singing. I guess that's kind of what just took it down a little bit for me.
They come into the album, man, and this one was my favorite too for a long time. Us twisted Kiss fans, man, you know, things change for us over time and stuff, you know, especially from childhood to now. And I was like 15, I think, when this thing came out. And man, a couple of my friends got to go to this concert. We was getting out of school that Friday, and man, I was just like, God, I hate you, motherfuckers, man. This one's brother was driving them to Atlanta to see them, man, and I was just like, God, I hate y'all, because I got to see the tour before this. You know, it was the first concert I'd ever been to, so yeah, man, they said it was absolutely outstanding. But Fly on the Wall, an absolutely thumping ass song, dude. Jamming from front to start. I've always loved it. It's always been 1-2-ish for me. And I've got a new one that's took over my top spot probably in the last 5 or 6 years. So, number 2, Fly on the Wall title track for me.
Okay. Number 2 for me is Sink to Pink. I love this when I heard it on Who Made Who, apparently, and it still resonates with me today. It's a major, I hear Won't Get Fooled Again intro once Angus starts doing his, his plucking on that in his intro to this song. It's very, it's not the same thing, but it's very similar type sound. I think I love Won't Get Fooled Again, so that hooked me right away. Obviously, it's a whole different effect that Pete Townsend using versus Angus just plucking on it, but it's the same vibe. And I love the song. I love the fucking chorus. And I love this fucking movie so much, I'm going to have to find out what streaming service has it so I can watch it for the first time in like 20 years.
Which one?
Maximum Overdrive.
I think it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Hulu or Max, one of the two. I watched it recently.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, I just watched Detroit Rock City this afternoon, and whole lot of Rosies in that movie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a couple AC/DC songs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But damn, when they done the soundtrack to that, I think Whole Lot of Rosie's on there, but Highway to Hell, Marilyn Manson is singing it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, man, he just totally just ruins it, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Marilyn, but he fucking sucked at that. Dude, it don't even sound nothing like Highway to Hell. It don't even sound like the same song, bro.
I liked it when he did Sweet Dreams from the Eurythmics.
Yeah. Well, see, he pulled that one off right, but
I think it was him. I think it was him.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
Number 1.
Is my number 10.
Yep. You just shit all over my number 1. Sin for the Man. Dude, that freaking guitar entry, man. And then they just start fucking rocking, man. Sin for the Man, dude. The last song on the album, and I'm sure you're saying probably for good reason, but man, God damn it. I love this song. Always have. This is a heavy ass song, man. It's a hard rock song, damn near metal song. Because something you're going to find out, the 3 albums before this that we haven't got to yet is metal AC/DC.
Starting with Back in Black, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, in all fairness, you are absolutely right. This is a phenomenal song for a filler. It really.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh. All right, my number 1 you shit on too, so it's only fair. I know, Shake Your Foundation. This song is fucking awesome. That is a major George Lynch influenced Dokken guitar riff intro there. And the chorus in this thing is so fucking addictive. It's just amazing to me that this song, like you said, I had no idea they ignored these songs. I can't believe. Maybe Sink to Pink. I can't understand. I thought Shake Your Foundation would be like an every concert thing.
Nah, they really don't go back to this album at all. They don't even talk about it. I mean,
Of course, I
it's
heard they shit on Who Made Who too.
yeah,
Is
they
that
don't
correct?
play that song. They don't play that song either, and I don't know why.
Fucking believable, unbelievable.
Yeah, man, it's I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the two albums for them, just like with Kiss, Destroyer, and the debut live.
Highway to Hell
that's
and Back in Black.
No, it's Back in Black and freaking Back in Black and The Razor's Edge.
That's got Money Talks and Thunderstruck.
Yeah, Thunderstruck. They play that every damn show now, it seems like. But no, I can't really say that because they really don't play a lot. No, AC/DC, I take that back. They play about 3 standard Back in Black songs. Hell's Bells, Back in Black, and Shook Me All Night Long.
Okay.
The rest of it, they really don't.
So what are the Bon Scott? What are the Bon Scott staples they use besides Dirty Deeds?
Highway to Hell, the Jack, and TNT.
Yeah. Okay.
And Let There Be Rock, and Whole Lot of Rosie, and Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be.
Okay. So they do him a lot of respect then. Okay.
Oh yeah, their concerts about 50-50, man, almost, dude.
Okay.
Seriously, yeah, and I'm glad they do that because they really do, do them justice anyway. If they didn't, I'd be like, hey man, just don't,
Yeah.
do something else. But yeah, man, Fly on the Wall. To me, it was always, I love the album. I could say that I love the album. I could tell when I heard it that I didn't like it as good as the 4 or 5 before. This was probably their weakest album from the late Bond days to the Brian had been in the band.
Well, this is what, 85?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't come out with one in 84. 83 was the last one they came out with. And
so how
of
many?
course, when I found out,
How many in between this and Back in Black?
there's 2 in between this and Back in Black.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm interested as hell to hear the Back in Black album in its entirety because other than the, overplayed hits that you can't mistake, I've never heard the whole album, so I'm curious.
I guarantee you, damn near almost, with your taste and style, I guarantee you're going to like something off of that better.
Well, I would think so because I love those 3 songs you listed off of that album. I mean, those songs off Back in Black that are well known are fucking just great songs. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, they are. There's nothing on that album that ain't. I can't. That's going to be one that's going to be hell for me because
I'm sure.
Just positioning the damn songs is going to be tough enough. There's nothing on there that's a filler. There's nothing on there that's actually bad. Now that's coming from me.
That has more than just those big 3s, right? Because Shoot to Thrill is on there. Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Have a Turn on Me, Shake a Leg.
Jesus Christ! I've heard every one of those songs.
Giving the Dog a Bone.
Yeah.
What do you think of Money, Honey?
Yeah.
Oh,
that album is chock full of nuts. I mean, that's got a lot of fucking good tunes.
And that's what, 1980?
Yeah, 1980.
Yep.
Holy shit!
And
I guess I've heard most of it then.
Yeah, man, you'll trip out when you hear it again. For this reason, I'm sure.
I think a lot of it is because me and Darren spent almost 3 days, 3 nights a week, every week for 2 to 3 years in bars, listening to live music, and all of those fucking songs were played by some band or another.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Oh hell yeah. Let's see. Let me see what we got here. Okay, the next one on the AC/DC market is going to be ding ding ding, Back in Black, baby.
All right, down to business.
Damn right. Back in business. Yeah.
All right, and before I forget, I am going to unveil your homework.
Yeah.
One of the greatest, most underrated and underappreciated rock bands of all time, pop bands of all time. You name the genre, they've fucking done it. They've influenced everybody from Kiss to AC/DC to Judas Priest and everything in between.
Sweet. Yeah.
Desolation Boulevard, baby. This and
sweet.
the American release, not the British release. The British release has different songs on it that are not as good. You want the Capitol Records version with the American songs, the American release, Desolation Boulevard.
Nice.
Desolation Boulevard?
Desolation.
Correct.
Yep,
Desolation Boulevard. This is about as heavy as Sweet gets. Like I said, they have a lot of different genres that they mesh in, including like bubblegum 50s music, stuff like Peppermint Twist and shit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they did that were in genres I just don't have time for. But when they rock, they fucking rock like nobody's business. This was one of Queen's biggest influences. This is how Queen got the notion for them fucking harmonies. This band was drastically ripped off, scammed by record labels and management. Everybody else got the push. Queen was a direct result of the snubbing of Sweet, and they went to push Queen instead. This band got more political bullshit than I've ever seen in my life. Screwed them 6 ways of Sunday.
Well, I know the band, and yeah. I'm sure I've heard something from them.
I'm sure you've heard Ballroom Blitz, Fox on the Run.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm not.
DC. Yeah, that whole album kicks ass.
Oh, okay. Well, see, yeah. I've never owned anything by them, so it's going to be an interesting listen for me. Unlike Rob getting a, interesting listen. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's set and Rob stole it. I mean,
now, Darren, I haven't tried to look this up on Spotify because I own it on every media possible. When you punch this up, does it bring up the American track listing, or does it bring up YouTube? YouTube. Scott uses YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube's what I'll be doing it through.
Well, then YouTube probably has them both.
I tell you what, Scott, just send me, when you get around to it, even if I'm on the road, I always have my phone on me. Send me the track listing that you see, and I'll let you know if it's the right one.
That's what I'll do. I'll give you the track listing because I want to make sure I ain't doing a bunch of shit I ain't supposed to be doing. But yeah, man, I've heard these, but it's been a long time.
So it has 10 songs on it, Rob. This is what I see on YouTube. Ballroom Blitz, 16s, No You Don't, AC/DC, I Want to Be Committed, Sweet FA, Fox on the Run, Set Me Free, Into the Night, and Solid Gold Brass.
That's the one.
Okay. I see that on YouTube.
Into the Night. Is that, did Ace Frehley redo that one?
Nope, that's a different song.
Different song.
Different song, same title.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, when you listen to some of the stuff by Brian Connolly, the singer here, Ace Frehley's a dead ringer for him, like on Fox on the Run, especially in the verses. Obviously, Frehley ain't got this guy's high-end power, but his regular singing voice sounds a lot like 2000 Man Ace Frehley.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and I like Ace's voice in studio.
Yeah. Well, listen to Fox on the Run, man. I think Ace eventually did cover it.
He did.
against his will because they thought it'd be a good idea. And the reason they think it'd be a good idea because he sounds just like fucking Brian Connolly on this song. I mean, it's his voice is a dead ringer for it. So yeah.
Ballroom Blitz, I have heard, and I've heard Crocus redone that too.
Yeah.
And they rocked the hell out of it, dude.
Yeah.
I can already tell that one would be number 10 on my list. I can't stand the one song on there. But,
which? Oh, you're not going to give it away.
No.
So you're gonna partake in this?
Fuck yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
This is, I mean, it's one of my all-time favorite albums. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that good, Scott. It's not AC/DC metal. It's just hard rock. A lot of harmonies. This band is the king of the harmony, maybe next to ELO, maybe. But
yeah,
I mean this band can give you everything, and the fucking the goddamn beats, the tribal beats. I mean, it's just amazing what Mick Turner could do. All these guys, and unfortunately, the only one left with us is the guitar player Andy Scott. I did get to see the version of Sweet with Steve Priest 3 years ago before he died. But is what it is, man.
Now, I do like some stuff. You know, I had a ELO album. I like some ELO. I mean, there's things I do like besides hard rock and metal, but it's not.
Speaking of Ace Frehley, Do Ya was a cover of ELO.
Yeah. Yep. And I love Ace done that fucking awesome.
Oh, awesome song by Ace. That whole Trouble Walking album to me is one of his best.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that too, man. And damn it, I can't never think of the name of the damn thing. It's on it too. It's got the Ace of Spades on it or something.
Insane. Where he's got the video in a fucking straitjacket.
No, it's the album.
Was that 5-card stud or wild or I don't remember what the hell the name of it is. I know what you're saying.
I've got the damn thing, but here I am. I'm drawing blanks here. Old age, I guess, whatever. Yeah. But you know what I'm talking.
He's old.
Yeah, man. This is going to be interesting. See, now I'm going to like this. So see what we're doing, Darren, is now that we've got to the end of the Kiss train on albums, we're going to be throwing out some discussions because we're already doing the Kiss album covers next. We're ranking them, and he's going to come out. We're going to finish the AC/DC train, and basically what we're going to do is in between the AC/DC albums till we get to the end of it, he's coming up with an album like this right here, and whoever picks an album for us to do, we do it and rank it to our liking.
Well, that's
so
cool.
And we're going to try to keep it to more, well-known artists for the viewership. Obviously, something like Bat. You fucking go fuck yourself, you son of a bitch.
Hey man, I love that man.
I know he's taunting me because I don't have these fucking vinyls. No, we're gonna. Because nobody's gonna really know, or a handful of people are gonna care about a Baton Rouge album. So it's gonna be pick one from Def Leppard, Cinderella, Motley Crue, or Styx, or fucking Boston or Kansas, anything in that 70s, 80s rock metal genre that's a big name band. It doesn't even have to be their biggest name album. Yeah, I got the cassette. I don't have the fucking vinyl, and I got the CD.
This is the cassette I bought in 1988, dude.
Jesus.
Somehow I've been able to hold on. Oh yeah, see, I love that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Any big name, it doesn't have to be their biggest release. Just a band that everybody knows, at least have heard of.
Yeah, or have heard, or some familiar, and especially if you love that album too.
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
That's Lillian Axe. You might not know them.
And it's an OG copy too.
Yeah, and it's a goddamn hard to find copy. So sit your ass down.
Oh,
all right.
I got one. Yeah. I got one for you. If you can see it.
I can't see that. What is it?
Yeah, you're all pixelated on my end.
Yeah. I can.
It's Black Sabbath, Live Evil.
Okay, see, I don't think I've heard any entire Black Sabbath album ever.
Really?
Yeah, really.
This is,
And
this is Ronnie James.
whatever album Paranoid and Iron Man, that's the album I've heard songs off of. Anything else I have not. Is that Honeymoon Suite?
It is.
What the hell?
You ain't even heard the best Black Sabbath then.
What is that? The
Holy shit. Heaven and Hell.
Heaven and Hell. That's what I
Bro.
hear. Yeah. Heaven's Edge.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. We got some vinyl to be going over in our 80s hair metal videos.
I bet he knows what this is. The Firm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Firm.
And here's you some Cream.
There you
Holy
go.
shit.
This one.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, man.
Do you fucking pay
Hell
your
yeah.
bills, or do you just go out and spend $100 per album?
No, I pay my bills.
What's that, Scott? I can hardly see it.
That's the Mob Rules.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the light right behind me. So yeah, Black Sabbath Mob Rules.
I'm to me,
Oh, hell
I
yeah,
know
man.
less about Black Sabbath than I do about AC/DC, man.
Oh man, you're going. I go ahead and tell you, you're going to love those two.
So that's where I'm saying
I go ahead and-
you have 2 or 3 years on me age wise, and I think that makes all the difference. Because once I got into Kiss, I went forward with whatever was coming out. You were old enough to be in almost lockstep with some of the Kiss stuff and still going back with current what was going on in the 70s. I really wasn't.
My uncle,
Yeah.
man.
See, and my
had all
uncle was key too, but that wasn't until my teen years, with bands like Queen and Sweet and stuff like that. He wasn't a big heavy metal guy, so I didn't have anybody to learn that shit from. So
I got schooled on Alice Cooper, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Black Sabbath. Man, dude, if they put it out, he had it. It was, yeah, man. Foreigner, Styx. Oh, dude, is that the number 3?
yes, one of the most underrated ones.
Oh man, dude, that's one of my favorite bands.
The
right there of all
Wild
time,
and
man.
the Young, a song, a video that is fucking fabulous. Oh man, yeah.
I love that album, I do, but unfortunately that album fucking sunk them.
Yeah. Well,
Damn it.
that and all his substance abuse, but
Yeah, I know, but damn, they were great. I got to see them a couple times. They were fucking phenomenal, man.
I got to see them once before they were even well known.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
didn't you see him with Randy Rhoads?
Yes. They won the Battle of the Bands in 1981 at the North Dakota State Fair, and they opened for Joan Jett. And I got to see him open for Joan Jett.
Wow, man. My first concert was 83. So, yeah, I hadn't seen no damn time.
Yeah, it was nice. It was, yeah. I didn't know who I was listening to at the time.
I've seen Joan Jett a couple times since then, man. I mean, it's been later years, but she was fucking great. I mean, literally, she's
good live. All right,
Lita
guys.
Ford, man,
Well,
she
that
was
was
fucking
awesome getting everybody on here together.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go down that road, ain't we? We got to get off.
One of these days, we're going to have all 4 of us on here, and it's going to be a chaotic shit show. So,
Hell yeah, man. Sounds good to me.
all
We can
right.
sling albums all day.
Well, then I've got my AC/DC homework. You got your sweet homework, you guys. And I will be
Album
going
covers
to
homework.
live the good life at casinos and rock concerts this week. Tomorrow's my last day in town. Thursday through Saturday, I'll be playing slots and listening to live music. So it's all good.
Damn right, man.
All right, guys.
Take something when I hear.
All right,
Take my.
keep rocking.
If I could mail you my Ace mug, man, get him to sign that thing for me, man. Yeah. Okay, damn it.
All right, everybody.
Hey.
Until next time, thanks for watching.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too, Scott.